Hello friends! As I'm sure many of my fellow IKEA enthusiasts probably know, they just released their much anticipated PS 2026 collection on May 14th. So I, of course, rushed to my local IKEA store ASAP to check it out for myself. Overall, I think this collection is good. Very good, in fact. I might have a few small, little minor criticisms, but for the most part, I think there are some really excellent pieces here. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you all of my opinions. So let's just get right into it, shall we? All right, so when I first saw the collection online on IKEA's website, I was quite impressed. This is the kind of collection that really appeals to me. Now, the last IKEA release that I did a video on was their Stockholm 2025 collection, and it was great. It is a considerably larger collection, and it's one that I think is kind of more focused on classic pieces that are gonna have pretty broad appeal. They're those sort of workhorse pieces that are just smart, practical purchases. The PS 2026 collection is smaller and, in my opinion, more niche. These are pieces that are not necessarily going to appeal to everyone. But if you are someone with a genuine interest and curiosity in design and design history, I think you'll really appreciate it. Even if these pieces are maybe not right for you or your home, I think you'll still find it interesting. Especially if you are someone who is interested in the Bauhaus or Modernism or even Postmodernism. I think this is a very design-forward collection, and if you are a regular viewer of the channel, you know that that is something about IKEA that I really appreciate. It's the idea of democratic design, well-designed pieces at affordable prices. IKEA, I think, really is the only fast furniture company out there that puts this kind of investment into the design of their products. And I think that's why so many designers, including myself, continue to care about this brand. I just love the level of care and attention that IKEA's designers have put into these products. These designs feel considered. There are unique ideas, attention to detail, and great use of materials and color. The colors, you guys, the colors are so good. These really fun pops of vibrant color, but also some natural materials, some neutrals, and some deeper shades that sort of temper things a bit. So much good stuff here, so let's take a closer look at the individual pieces, and I will give you my reviews. So first up, we have this floor lamp. Now, you have probably seen this already. This was one of the pieces that IKEA revealed at Milan Design Week, and it's received a fair amount of attention since then. I was able to see this one at my local store. I think this is just a really clever lamp. I appreciate the adaptability, being able to bend and pivot it in these different ways. And it's a pretty clean, sleek, minimal kind of design, but it's been made so much more impactful by the choice of finishes. I love the glossy finish and these great bold colors that they've chosen. Floor lamps can often be quite bulky, and this one is not. So I think this is a great choice for a small space where you could really use a floor lamp, but a typical lamp might be a little overwhelming. And of course, we must discuss the price. Now, I'm in Canada, so I'm going to talk about the Canadian prices. This lamp is $59.99, which I think is very reasonable for a floor lamp. So overall, A+. I just think this lamp is a winner. Okay, now this shelf unit, to me, this just feels like an all-wood version of IKEA's iconic Netri shelf, which I am also a big fan of. Now this is solid pine, so points for this being real wood, not melamine. And I really love this little detail of the red painted end grains. According to IKEA, this is designer Friso Wiersma's nod to traditional wood drying techniques. This is what I'm talking about when I say that this collection has been thoughtfully designed. It is little details like this that take something like a basic pine shelving unit and just bring it to the next level. This chair bed, I think, is a great idea for anybody living in a small space that wants to be able to accommodate an overnight guest. Now, there are other chair beds on the market, but I do really like the design of this one. It's just clean and simple. The bold orange color, I think, is great, but orange can be pretty polarizing, so I do think that they were smart to also offer it in this neutral gray beige. But then they've done this really unexpected little pop of color with the blue buttons, and I think that that is a really fun detail. So these little portable lamps, I just think are really cute, so much fun. The combinations of colors, the shape and style of this feels very retro 80s postmodern, and I find that very enjoyable. They also have 3 dimming levels, which I think is a very nice feature. I think these would be great on a bookcase where using a lamp with a cord just isn't feasible. I was a little bit surprised by the $50 price tag because that is considerably more than most of IKEA's other portable lamps. But the shade is glass, most of the base is constructed from steel, so I think it is understandable that you're going to be paying a bit more for something that's not entirely made of plastic. Next up, we have this little chair. Now, this sort of style of dining chair with this like cylindrical back piece, this is something that we've been seeing around lately, and I do like it. It feels very modern. It's almost got this sort of sculptural quality to it. And the 2 color options, really bold and vibrant. I think that these are both quite fun. Now the chair is quite small. Like the seat on this is not very big. And the way that the back is shaped, I feel like you have to sit fairly upright. And I wouldn't say that it's uncomfortable, but I also don't know if you're going to want to spend several hours in this chair over a leisurely meal. So it might be something you want to use more as an occasional chair or a decorative accent where it's just going to be seen and not used most of the time. Or maybe you just want to sit backwards. Is this how you're supposed to sit in it? I don't know, because there are a couple of photos showing this on the website, and I don't know, I didn't attempt to sit on the chair this way in the store, so I can't comment. Okay, next up we have this folding chair, and I absolutely love this chair. It might be my favorite piece in the whole collection. That might sound a little surprising. I mean that it would be a folding chair that I am this enamored with, but when do you ever find a folding chair that looks this good? The design of this, I love the clean lines. It's solid wood. It seems to function really well. It opens and closes really smoothly. And then the colors, I love the color blocking on this. It feels very Bauhaus inspired to me. So yeah, it's solid birch, feels really sturdy, seems to be well constructed, looks great, and it's $80. How can you go wrong? This is just another beautiful chair, so simplistic in form. It's constructed of birch plywood, and there is something here very reminiscent of the molded plywood furniture that we used to see so often in mid-century modern design. I can see this chair being really popular with anyone who appreciates Japanese or Scandinavian design and just tends to prefer a more minimalist aesthetic. The price of this chair is $89.99 Canadian, which I think is very reasonable. Now this cabinet I did not see in person, unfortunately, and I would have liked to. I think that this is a really fun piece. The grid pattern, the unexpected color choice with this light pink. Again, I am getting very strong postmodern vibes. According to the product description, there is a cable outlet in the top of this, so you can add integrated lighting, which is another very smart design feature. I have spoken many times about how useful I think wall hooks can be, and this is such a stylish option at $34.99. I love the combination of the birch and the light blue, clean and simple with a little subtle pop of color. As the product description states, a modern twist on the classic shaker peg rail. This piece is just a great take on a basic wood stool. I love that it's adjustable, and yes, this of course would work as a stool, but you could also use it as a little end table. There seems to be a through line in this collection of combining natural wood with these little vibrant pops of color, and it's a detail that I really appreciate. The little addition of blue on this stool just adds so much impact. Now, this is constructed of solid birch, and it does feel very sturdy to me, so I think that the $100 price tag is fair. So another common trait among the postmodern movement was this idea of pieces being fun and playful and not taking themselves too seriously. And to me, that is very much this clock. So again, a strong postmodern vibe here. Now, this is not going to be for everyone. I wouldn't necessarily put it in my own home, but I think in the right space, it could be fun. This little utility cart can be super useful if you are in need of some extra storage. This could work in so many rooms for so many different purposes. Storage pieces you can roll around are just really helpful. 2 color options and a very manageable price at $79.99. So this little nightstand has this great whimsical birdhouse-inspired design, perfect for a small space with limited room for a nightstand, and very budget-friendly at $74.99. So this rice paper shade is 35 inches in diameter. Now, personally, I prefer the look of a fully round or spherical, whatever you want to call it, rice paper shade. But what's nice about this one is it gives you the ability to do something large scale, even if you don't have enough ceiling height to be able to do a shade that is 35 inches all the way around. Little foldable tables like this are not hard to come by, but they rarely look this good. For me, the best part is the color. It adds a sophistication to a simple $60 table. This is just a cute little mirror for $16.99. I really like the color combo of that deep red and the pale blue, and I think it's really smart that you could stand it up on a table if you needed a vanity mirror, or you could hang it from a hook if you needed a wall mirror. So this pine cabinet, this one was disappointing for me. When I saw it online, I really wanted to love it, but seeing it in person in store was really a letdown. And the issue for me is in the finishing. So the woven pieces of pine on the doors, several of them looked and felt really rough, and it just made it look sloppy and unfinished. And I think it also made it a lot harder to justify a $499 price tag. I like the design, I just don't love the execution. So I want to talk about all 3 of these products at once because they share this very pretty kind of watercolor-like pattern. The pattern has been applied to a cushion cover, a throw, and to fabric that can be purchased in 3-meter lengths. So the pattern looked very familiar to me, so I did a little searching and discovered that it's because this design is by artist Michelle Armis, and it was inspired by her totem paintings that I have seen before. So I was very relieved to learn that she was the designer responsible for the pattern and that this wasn't somebody trying to copy her work. I love the idea of using the fabric to create large-scale art. You could stretch the fabric over a wooden frame, or you could even combine multiple frames with hinges and create a sort of folding screen. So these 2 area rugs are also designed by Michelle Armis, and I quite like these. I especially like the oval shape of the green one. I think that's great. Now, I did see these both in store. They looked quite good. They felt quite nice, but they are made of polypropylene, and that is unfortunate because I do prefer a natural fiber rug. But given the size of these and the price point, it's really not surprising that they're synthetic. The design of this bench is so simple and understated, but then the fact that it rocks just makes it so much fun. That's one of the things I really admire about this collection. There is this sense of whimsy and playfulness to so many of these pieces. And anything that can put a smile on our faces or bring us a little joy right now is very much appreciated. This is just a simple, basic little 4-seater dining table, but I really like the green color and the very affordable price tag. So there is this set of coordinating vases in the collection, and I think that these price points are quite reasonable given that these are mouth-blown glass. There is definitely a real sense of whimsy to these that is going to appeal to some people and maybe not to others. I can definitely appreciate these vases even if I wouldn't necessarily put them in my own home. There seems to be a real focus on small spaces with the furniture in this collection. You know, things that are multi-purpose or items that are foldable or collapsible. This folding pine table has a clean, utilitarian style that feels very timeless. And again, we have a little unexpected pop of color with the red dials that is just a great little touch. So these little wall decorations, these are probably my least favorite pieces in the whole collection. I don't know exactly what it is, but there is something about these being masks that just does not appeal to me. I like that they're three-dimensional. I like the colors. I really like the price point. I think I would have just preferred these if they were just like a geometric shape or some sort of abstract form. So this footstool has hidden storage, which I think makes it just a very practical piece. And then this two-tone rattan finish feels very neutral. I think it would work well in a lot of homes. Now, personally, for me, as someone who loves color, I would have preferred if the base of this was a more vibrant red or one of the other bolder colors from the collection. So this is just a simple, basic pine dining table. Nothing earth-shattering here. I think we've seen similar designs to this from IKEA before. But I do appreciate that it is solid wood. I like the hidden storage with the little drawer, and I love the blue lining in that drawer. I think that's a nice little touch. All right, guys, here we have it. Probably the most talked about piece in the entire collection, the inflatable chair. Inflatable furniture is not a new concept. It's been around since the 60s. Even IKEA has made previous attempts to introduce inflatable furniture. I do think some people are going to be quite skeptical about this concept, and that's understandable, but there are some real potential upsides to a product like this. For one, it's the environmental impact. A piece of furniture like this that's filled with air is going to have a lot less plastic in it than one that is filled with foam. The transportation footprint is also going to be smaller than a regular chair because these are a lot lighter and the packaging is much more compact. Also think about the impact for people living in large cities where the logistics of moving big pieces of furniture can be really challenging and expensive. Not to mention how much easier this could be for anyone living on one of the upper floors of a building that has no elevator. So practicality aside, what about function? Adrian and I were able to try out one of these inflatable chairs in store, and we both found it quite comfortable. The fabric cover felt substantial, and it seemed like it would be fairly durable. Now, style-wise, I think this is one of the best designed pieces of inflatable furniture that I've ever seen. I really like the retro vibes. I love the chrome frame. The green fabric I think is quite fun, but I would like to see some other color options for the cover as well. Like I think a deep chocolate brown would also be really cool. If this chair does well for IKEA, if it sells well, if the reviews are good, and if with time it's proven that the chair is durable and holds up, I can definitely see IKEA introducing more inflatable furniture in the future. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, friends, there we have it. Every piece from IKEA's new PS 2026 collection. What do you guys think? Are you interested in this collection? Are you gonna check it out in store? Are you thinking about purchasing any of these pieces? I'm very curious to know your thoughts, so leave me a comment. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. And to anyone who's been thinking about working with me for a virtual design consultation or a room package, spaces are available, so be sure to check out my website. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we see you again at the next one, and bye for now.